Hello. Thank you for checking in. Hello, everybody. It is Funny Friday, a regular feature of Live with Lorielle New, where we share jokes to put everybody in a good mood for the weekend. So I hope to have some jokes to share, though today is a particularly challenging day.
Well, today's commercial is different than any.
There's YouTube. That's how long the lag is if you're watching on YouTube. Hello. Today is a particularly challenging day to try and cheer people up for the weekend because collectively, nationally, we're all feeling a little sad today. This is the way gun violence, police violence, racism, it's all getting a little out of control, and people are snapping and anyhow, so collective sigh of sadness for all the many parties involved in all the craziness and pain and violence of the past couple days. So hello, let me say hello to everybody. Allura Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Tesis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip Chandler and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Ian G. Tomlinson and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Azure Yusuf and the Cram and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis and Joe Barney and Rich Stapler and John McCain and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis and Jim Dandy and Sturgis Guy and N1QOV and Brett and Terry Sue and Blair Cooper and Sam and St. Clinton and Cosmic Joe and N1QOV and Jay Dahlman and Boot Sweet and Max. Hello, and Wing Doggy. Thank you for checking in. So, hello. Linda says she's got a new phone and she only has 1 gigabyte. Wants to know, how does that even work? I believe it works barely and poorly. So, yeah. Yeah, so, hello, it's Funny Friday. I don't know if we're going to have very many jokes today because people aren't. There's some horrible events of the past couple days. First, there were 2 gentlemen, I believe it was Wednesday, who were shot by police in routine police stops that should have ended very simply. And instead, the police, whether they were scared or whatever racism was making them act so aggressively, they shot both of these guys needlessly and point blank and killed them both. And that has left a lot of people angry because we've seen this happen many, many times. Yes, Linda, we've seen this happen so many times. This is not the first time this year or the past couple of years that we've been talking about, like, people, kids, all kinds of people. If you get arrested or pulled over by a policeman, and you're black, you might get killed. And that's a really scary, horrible thing to think. And we've been seeing this happen a lot. You can't deny that that's been happening. And so yesterday, somebody or several somebodies opened fire and ambush-style shot a bunch of police officers in Dallas, which it doesn't help the situation at all, and certainly equally tragic. David Jones wants to know if white people get killed. Yes, David Jones. Occasionally people get killed, but generally, David Jones, if you're white and you get pulled over for a bad taillight, you're probably not going to get shot when the cop asks you for your license and registration. It doesn't happen as often. You can look up all the statistics. When I get pulled over, and when any of us get pulled over and you're not black, you don't usually worry that you might get killed. So there is a difference. And race and economic positions, when you're poor, do play into this. It's statistics. You can't ignore the facts. It's there. It happens, whether it's right or wrong or whatever you think, or all the different circumstances that may or may not play into this. It's still there in black and white, so to speak. David Jones, the first guy, was not making a sudden move. He said the police officer told him to get his license and registration, and he said, "I'm getting my license out," and the police officer just shot him like 4 times. So yeah, but that doesn't excuse at all shooting down and wounding 10 and killing 5 police officers in Dallas. There's no excuse. It doesn't solve the problem. 2 wrongs don't make a right, and but there is a problem, as you can see, and it's terrifying and traumatic for everybody on both sides, black and white, and you need to be able to feel that you're safe if the police pull you over. And no, I don't think anybody's thinking that either the 2 gentlemen who were killed by police, as far as I can tell, nobody's thinking that those are justified. As far as I've heard and seen, everybody's pretty much in agreement that they shouldn't have been killed. The officers did something wrong. This is completely unjustified. But the problem is, it keeps happening. It keeps happening, and it's not like a one-time occurrence. So it's not a so that is a problem. And I don't know if it's police training or whatever, but we've seen, and it's not just when the police have confrontation, but we also see in the court system. We see in the court system 2 kids, same age, both in college, both arrested, accused, and proven to be guilty of raping an unconscious woman. The black kid, same exact crime, same student, athletes, one's black, one's white, one gets 3 years, one gets 3 months. Same exact crime. So we see this all the time in the court system, where you get the different people get different treatment. So it's Linda says she has some good news. I don't know how to solve it. I don't know how to solve it. It is a problem, and I acknowledge it's a problem. What's your good news, Linda? I don't know how to solve it. I mean, I think that individually we can start with ourselves and just acknowledge that there is a problem and do what we can to personally recognize and try to change any problems we might see within us or around us or near us. Wow, Linda says she had very good news. Kevin and Bean, who are radio personalities in Los Angeles on a very popular morning radio show, I think the most popular show, Linda sent to them a song, and they played it today on the air in their internet roundup. Woohoo! Well, that's thrilling for you, Linda. Congratulations. And hello, everybody on YouTube, Sam and Blair Cooper. So, hi. But anyhow, it's me. The whole thing has made me kind of feel freaked out. Linda says her song is called "Listen to the Angels." Well, congratulations, Linda. I'm glad that you got your song played. That's awesome. But I'm very sad. I'm very sad about all of this tension, and how we have to start with ourselves and try and recognize that there is racial tension, and sometimes some of us might not realize that we might be part of the problem. We might have racial prejudices that we don't even recognize or realize. You know, sometimes reading articles from the other side, you realize how what you perceive and what someone else perceives might seem very different. So, oh, and Blair Cooper was wondering, Linda, is there a link to the song that you were mentioning? He wanted to hear your song. Sam has a joke. This might be our only joke for today, so we'll try to have a joke for Funny Friday. Sam has a joke. He says, there is a bunch of potatoes standing in a corner. How do you know which one is the prostitute potato? The one that's stamped Idaho. Wait. Did you check? Have I already forgotten that? What's did you? Oh, what's your joke? Did I see? Did you already write it? Oh, from a long time ago. Oh, you'll have to remind me then. A long time ago. All right. Oh, we have another joke from YouTube. Sam says, this one sounds like a naughty one. What did the toaster say to the slice of bread? I want you inside of me. Oh! I feel dirty just saying that. No, I don't remember it, Allura. Oh no. Do you remember it? If you do, write it down. Okay. Oh, great. Okay, so neither of us can remember. So, Sam says that that was his plot. He's been wanting me to say that sentence, hear me say that sentence for a long time. Oh. Oh, and more in the news. At least this one isn't about death. Um, Gretchen Carlson, who's been on the news for a very long time on Fox News, who is just who is now suddenly no longer on Fox News, has filed a sexual discrimination lawsuit against. Now she was pretty high up and pretty well-known celebrity and figure for Fox News, filing a statement saying that the head of the network, the top man, Roger Ailes, told her that if she had sex with him, all of the problems, all of her network concerns about renegotiating her contract and everything that she was upset about, all those problems would disappear and everything would be happy town. Um, yeah, and she turned down his suggestion, and then she was fired. So, and it's very rare to have somebody in as high profile as her making this kind of complaint against somebody as high profile as him. She's way up there. He's the head of the network. And and apparently her lawyer says she's been getting tons of phone calls from other women who've been worked on Fox News who have also had similar similar problems. So this is my big problem that's going to get bigger. Yeah, David Jones says, yeah, Fox News is obviously sexist. It doesn't take a brain surgeon to notice that. But yeah, it it's it's not surprising considering almost all the women on the network look almost exactly alike. They're all blonde. They all have, like, if you notice, if you take a picture of all the women that work on the network, you'll see like 95% of them all look like the same type. There's only like 5% of all the women that work there that it's like a sea of like Stepford blonde clones. Anyhow, so good luck, Gretchen Carlson. David Jones says it's been close to a year since he's watched Fox News. Yeah, yeah, they've sunk pretty low. They've been sinking. They've actually sunk lower than I thought. They found a new bottom, and that sounds dirty too. But I thought they had sunk to as low as you could sink, but they've gone even lower. But they dug a basement below the bottom. Oh, we got another joke from Sam. Thank you. Sam says, "What did the blanket say when he fell off the bed?" Oh, sheet! Ah, it's Funny Friday. where we share jokes to put everybody in a good mood for the weekend. Although this is a sad day. Nationally, we feel sad. We actually feel a little traumatized. And I was crying earlier. I saw a press conference with the family. The wife was speaking. The man, Aaron, who was shot in the back 5 times by the police. He had been selling CDs in front of the store for years, actually. The owner of the store said he was a nice guy who'd been for years selling his CD from in front of the store. Never had a problem. He'd never seen any problem. Anyhow, I watched his press conference, and his son was 15, and his son's a big kid, and he was bawling his eyes out, saying he wanted his daddy back. And that just broke my heart, because his father should not be dead. Because his father, first of all, didn't do anything wrong. There was some sort of, I think they said somebody had called about some aggressive guy in front of the store. And now he wasn't being aggressive, but then the cops showed up, and then all of a sudden they're like slamming him against the car and throwing him on the ground, and they have him pinned down on the ground. And they're on top of him, and he's pinned down. He can't move. And one of them says, oh, he has a gun in his pocket. So he may have had a gun in his pocket, but it wasn't in his hands. He's pinned down on the ground. The other guy immediately shoots him in the back 5 times. Now that is very tragic, because he was when you're not supposed to get, when you've been restrained and you're not moving, you shouldn't get beaten or shot or killed. Sam, I don't think in light of today's incidents, while that's a funny joke, I don't think I can say that. I'm not sure if I can say that. It sounds like bad timing. Oh, Sam says this is actually not a joke. It was a true story at a charity event he attended, some sort of charity event, and a female officer that he knew was pretending to arrest him and said, anything you say can and will be held against you. So, of course, Sam said, boobs. I hope the night ended well, Sam. David Jones says he's noticing, he thinks that I resemble Barbara Eden from her I Dream of Jeannie days. Hang on, I can't go back. Well, I haven't done my hair today or put on any makeup, so. And David Jones says if you still want to watch I Dream of Jeannie, it's actually on Crackle, the Crackle network. And you know what? So many of the old shows, if you have nostalgia, if you have nostalgia for old TV shows, most of them are online somewhere, which is kind of cool that you can watch a lot of those old things, especially shows, some of the classic shows that you never saw or weren't born yet. You can watch them online, because some of those classic shows are still referenced all the time. So. Sam said, unfortunately, his smooth line did not work with that woman as well. I'm shocked, Sam. I'm truly shocked that that didn't. Sam says he can't believe how old Barbara Eden got. That's true, Sam. We all get older. We all age. I think Barbara Eden's like 80 something. It's true. It's true. It's shocking. In fact, I actually, speaking of women and actresses and aging, I was tweeting yesterday because I was angry about this. A lot of people have been giving Renee Zellweger a lot of flack because she's aged. She's gotten older. She doesn't look as cute and perky as she did 20 years ago. Well, neither does anyone else. But that's besides the point. But he wrote this whole thing about she didn't look so young and cute, and how can she even be the same actress because she doesn't look the same. It was really obnoxious, and of course a lot of women felt so as well. And I think my new hero is Rose McGowan. Rose McGowan is like a female warrior on sexism. She shaved her head. She's still like sexy, but she's gonna kick your ass if you say the wrong thing to her. She's like right out of. She should have been in Mad Max. Oh, Linda's got a joke. Linda says, a family brought their elderly mother to a nursing home. She was sitting in her new home, sitting in her chair, when slowly she started to lean over sideways in her chair. And two attractive nurses immediately straightened her up. After a while, she started to lean over in her chair again. So the nurses immediately put her back up in her chair. This goes on all day long. And then they put her back up. Finally, her son arrives and says, "How are they taking care of you, Mom?" She goes, "Oh, it's pretty nice, except they won't let you fart." Blair Cooper says, Rose McGowan has a film coming out in September. Yeah, actually, Rose McGowan is directing films now. And she has a very crazy music video where she's all painted white, and she's like a ghost. She's this crazy music video, but yeah, she looks pretty good. It's hard to look good bald, but she has a really perfect face. She has it's very hard to look pretty bald, and she's able to do it. Most people can. I don't think I would be a very good bald woman. But she's pretty smart and ferocious. So anyhow, ooh, it's 5:50. All right, I am just about to sign off. Anyhow, I don't want to. It is a little hard to be Funny Friday today in light of all these events. So anyhow, my condolences and words of healing and sadness and grace to everybody, because it's a national. It feels like a very it feels like something that's affected the whole country because it touches on a lot of issues. So let me say goodbye to everybody. Allura Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and T-Sis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip Chandler and Mark Mean and Starvaven and Ian G. Tomlinson and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Ashley Yusuf and the Cram and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis and Sturgis Guy and Jim Dandy and Blair Cooper and Terry Sue and Brett and N1QOV and Jay Dolman and Cosmic Joe and Max and Sam and St. Clinton and Wing Doggy. Kisses for everybody and prayers for everybody. So, oh, and Linda does not have a direct link to her song, but I bet by next week, Linda, you'll have a way. When you get a link, a direct link, let me know and we can retweet it or something. All right. Bye. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Or Monday. I'll see you Monday. Have a good weekend. Bye.